Okay, so let's go ahead and throw this tennis ball around.
We interrupt this broadcast to inform you that by using a couple of simple tricks inside of Sony Vegas, you can make a TV bleep out effect like the effect that you just saw. Also, in the next few videos, I'm going to be showing you how to synthesize your voice like this. But for now, let's start out with the TV bleep out effect. So for right now, we're going to show you how to make a cool bleep out effect like the effect that you just saw inside of Sony Vegas.
Okay, now, so the purpose of this effect is to make it so that you're going on, watching your video, minding your own business, and then all of a sudden it goes to the TV static effect, which is an effect that I showed you guys in an earlier video, and then it goes to a screen which just bleeps out. And then after that screen that bleeps out, you can go ahead and put in a message like, "We now interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special news bulletin." And this is so in case you guys want to go ahead and make a commercial or you want to make a fake TV broadcast. Now, to do this, it actually combines a couple of effects that I've covered in a couple of other videos. One is the TV static effect, which I did recently, and the other is the censored beep sound. So anyway, to do this effect, you're going to need a few things. First of all, you're going to be needing Sony Vegas. You can use any version of Sony Vegas that has Media Generator on it, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using Sony Vegas Movie Studio 8.0. And then you're also going to need the free program called Audacity, which I will link in the description. And then you're also going to need your video files. So you're going to need, first of all, a file that you want to play before this, which will have the effect taking place right after it. So make sure you pick a good video file. And then you're also going to need two audio files, which you are going to be creating yourself inside of Audacity. One of them is the noise for the TV static effect, and the other is the one for the censored beep, which you will be creating inside of Audacity. So once you have that done, just go ahead and open up Sony Vegas and make sure you have your media clip in the bin right here. Then what you want to do is you want to go down here to the Media Generators tab and go over here and scroll down to find Noise Texture. Once you're in Noise Texture, then you scroll down and find something here that says Starry Sky and go ahead and drag it into your timeline. And once this comes up right here, we're going to go ahead and move it out of the way, and we're going to go ahead and position the thing right here so that once we go down to the timeline down here in the preview box, it has a preview of what it will look like. So once we're going to do that, we're going to go ahead and mess with our Starry Sky to make it look like the TV static effect, which I did do a video on before. So to do this, we're going to take the minimum and we're going to drag it over to the end, which will also drag the maximum. Then we're going to grab the minimum and drag it to around here. 8.90 is the setting that I'm going to be using. And as you notice down here in the timeline right here, or not the timeline, the preview box, it comes out to look like that. And so to make it look like the TV static effect, we're going to go ahead and drag it to make sure that the color is white. And so then we have our white TV static effect right here. Now the only thing that's left to do is to go ahead and make it move. So to do that, we're going to go here into the keyframes timeline, and we're going to take the timeline dropper and drag it all the way to the end of the keyframe. Then we're going to go here and add in a new keyframe. Once we're there, we're going to go ahead to the progress in degrees and go ahead and drag it all the way up to 10%. Now make sure that the new keyframe is at the end of the timeline and that your marker is at the new keyframe, or else it will not work. Once we do that, then just go ahead and click on the X, and if we go ahead and play that back, as you notice, the static is moving, which is the TV static effect, which I showed you guys in the previous video. So once we do that, we're going to go ahead and take our static and we're going to go ahead and move it to around that for the length in seconds which we want it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add in the white noise. To go ahead and add in the white noise, what we do is we go ahead and open up Audacity. Once we're opening Audacity, just go up to Generate and then White Noise, and then go ahead and make it to the length in seconds, whichever you want it. I'm going to go ahead and click on one and then create Generate New, and it will be the white noise effect. Once you do that, just go up here to File and then Export as WAV, or export it as MP3 if you want. Then you should have an audio file called White Noise, or whatever you named it. So as you see here, I named it White Noise. Once you have your white noise audio effect, we're going to go ahead and take that and drag it into your Sony Vegas timeline. Then let me go ahead and crop it to match the white noise of the TV static, and if we go ahead and play that back, as you notice, it makes the TV static effect noise. Then what we want to do is go back into the Media Generators tab, and we're going to go ahead and drag in Test Pattern. You'll go ahead and find this test pattern, which is the one that I figured out that works, which is SMPTE bars, parentheses PIL. Just go ahead and click and drag that into the timeline, which will bring up this window right here, which you don't want to mess with for anything. Just go ahead and exit out of that. Then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and crop it to be around however long you want the effect to be long. Then what you want to do is you're going to need your beep, or your censored beep sound. So to make that sound, just go back into Audacity, and then go up to Generate, and then go down to Tone, and then make the tone, the frequency at 1000 by 1000. And go ahead and create the length in seconds to however long you want it, and then go ahead and click on Generate Tone. Once that's done, just go back up here to File, and then go to Export as WAV or Export as MP3, as I said before. Then you should have a file that says whatever you named it. I named mine Beep for the censored beep effect. Once you have that done, just go ahead and take your censored beep and go ahead and drag it into the timeline. Drag it to over top of the censored or noise or test bars, and then go ahead and drag it to crop it. Then what we do is it'll be playing the video normally, then it will static, and then it'll just go to the beep. So sorry if I was talking weird over the sound, it's just the sound was going in through my headphones. So what it should do is it should be playing the video, and then it'll go to static, and then it will beep. Then you can go ahead after that and insert your subliminal message, like for instance, this broadcast has been interrupted to bring you a special news bulletin. Once you're done there, then you can just go ahead and render your video, and then you have your effect done. So anyway, that is how to go ahead and create the TV censored or TV beep effect. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be calling this video, but I'm just going to be saying that. So anyway, that is how to go ahead and make the TV beep effect inside of Sony Vegas. Stay tuned for my next tutorial, which will show you guys how to go ahead and synthesize your voice like I did in the beginning of this video. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching again, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.